The classroom after school had its own kind of atmosphere. The red glow of the setting sun spilled through the windows, painting the desks in crimson light. A group of girls in the back of the room were chatting excitedly. Hey, apparently it showed up again. Hanako-san from the old building? A third-year student said she saw her yesterday. At those words, Emily reacted instantly. Hanako-san? Tanaka, sitting beside her, immediately frowned. Hey, don't make that face. What face? The face you make when you're about to cause problems. Emily turned her chair toward him. So she's real? It's just a school ghost story, but they said she appeared again. It's a rumor. Emily grinned. That's what makes it interesting. Tanaka grabbed his head in frustration. Then the girls behind them started talking again. They said it was a girl in a red skirt, and then she suddenly disappeared. Emily's eyes lit up completely. We should investigate. What? Hanako-san. No, why is that your conclusion? This is Japanese school horror. The real thing. Stop talking about it like it's some tourist attraction. Emily was already standing. First step. Information gathering. Tanaka looked out the window. Beyond the sunset, the old school building looked strangely dark compared to everything else. Open corner bracket ... There's definitely something in there. Emily smiled excitedly. Good! Then let's find it! At that point, Tanaka already wanted to go home. The archive room behind the library was dark and silent. The air smelled like old paper. This place seriously feels haunted. Perfect! Emily looked delighted. She pulled old graduation albums from the shelves. Soon the desk was covered with graduation records, enrollment documents, and old school newspapers. First, we find Hanako. You're seriously acting like a detective. Emily flipped through page after page, then found one. An old graduation album. Sure enough, there was a student named Hanako. And not just one. There were multiple girls named Hanako from different years. Okay, so which one is supposed to be Hanako-san? That's the problem. This time, Emily opened an enrollment record. Look at this. The numbers don't match for this year. Enrollment total. Graduation total. One student was missing. Tanaka frowned. Maybe they transferred? Maybe, but it's strange. Emily spread out another old newspaper. The headline read, Partial closure of the old school building, but the section explaining the reason had been carefully cut out. Tanaka's expression stiffened. What the hell is that? Emily spoke quietly. Someone wanted to hide it. Outside, the sky had already grown dark. Suddenly, the air inside the archive room felt heavy. Tanaka spoke softly. Maybe we should stop for today. Emily smiled. Too late. The old school building at sunset was unnervingly quiet. The windows were clouded with dirt, and the hallways were completely empty. Every step made the floor creak beneath them. I want to go home, Tanaka muttered under his breath. Emily ignored him, moving deeper into the building with her phone flashlight in hand. Third floor, right? How are you this excited about this? They climbed the stairs. Dim hallway, old bulletin boards, posters peeling from the walls. It felt like time itself had stopped there. They reached the third floor. At the end of the hallway, the sign for the girls' bathroom came into view. Tanaka froze. We're seriously going in? Emily turned back with a grin. Of course. Standing in front of the bathroom, the air suddenly felt colder. Emily slowly knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Silence. Then, Hanako-san, are you there? A few seconds passed. From somewhere deep inside, knock. A faint sound echoed back. Tanaka's face went pale. Hey, did you hear that? Emily slowly leaned forward and peeked inside. Then, Kaya! A scream exploded through the hallway. Emily? Without thinking, Tanaka charged into the girls' bathroom. He slammed the door open. Bang! At that exact moment, a flash of red skirt darted across his vision. Huh? The next second, thud! A flying knee smashed directly into his face. Boo! Tanaka went flying backward onto the floor. Standing before him was a girl in a red skirt. Hanako-san. and she looked furious. "You pervert! What?" Tanaka rolled across the floor, shouting in panic. Meanwhile, Emily was doubled over laughing. "Tanaka, you idiot! I heard a scream!" Hanako-san crossed her arms, still glaring at him cautiously. Long black hair, red skirt, but she wasn't quite what they expected. She didn't feel like a ghost. She felt real. Tanaka slowly backed away. "She's talking normally." Hanako-san frowned harder. "If a boy suddenly barged into the girls' bathroom, of course I'd be mad. No, you're the scary one." Emily's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Wait, you can actually talk?" Hanako-san tilted her head slightly. "Is that weird?" Deep inside the girls' bathroom, the setting sun streamed through the window, staining the floor red. For a while, nobody spoke. Tanaka was still sitting on the floor, tense and wary. Emily, on the other hand, looked completely fascinated. "Are you really Hanako-san?" The girl in the red skirt fell silent for a moment, as if thinking carefully. Then she answered softly. "That's what people call me." "What's your real name?" Silence again. Hanako-san lowered her eyes. "I don't know." Tanaka frowned. "Huh? When I realized I existed, I was already here." Her voice was quiet. "Everyone called me Hanako-san, so that became who I am." Emily's expression shifted slightly. The playful mood vanished. "So you're not actually a ghost?" Hanako-san slowly shook her head. "I don't think so." "Then what are you?" At Tanaka's question, Hanako-san gave a troubled little smile. "I want to know that too." A gust of wind blew through the room. The old window rattled softly. Hanako-san continued quietly. "But when people are afraid of me, I don't disappear." A chill crawled down Tanaka's spine. She needed the rumors to exist. Emily stared at her. "Aren't you lonely?" Hanako-san looked genuinely surprised, like nobody had ever asked her that before. Then she smiled faintly. "I don't know." The smile looked human, and yet, not completely. By the time they left the school, it was fully dark outside. Tanaka looked exhausted. "Let's never get involved with this again." Emily laughed as she walked. "No way. She's obviously dangerous." "But she wasn't bad. She hit me with a flying knee." Emily burst out laughing. At that moment, her phone vibrated. Emily checked the screen. A new post had appeared on the school message board. "I saw Hanako-san in the old school building today." Attached was a photo, the dark entrance to the girls' bathroom, and deep inside, the faint silhouette of a red skirt. Tanaka's face went pale. That's from earlier. Emily slowly turned back toward the old building. The third-floor window. Beyond the darkness of the bathroom, a small red figure stood silently there. Hanako-san, watching them, and then, very slightly, she smiled.